Today's episode is sponsored to you by A&H Provisions. Meat and hot dogs that are so good, even Goyim understand how amazing they are. It's the next level of kosher food, and the website is kosherdogs.net. Get yours, enjoy them, A&H Provisions. Welcome to And Here's Modi. Hi, everybody. We're here in the studio with Michael Rapaport. Wow, what a treat.
Thanks for having me.
Hi.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Hi.
Glad to be here.
My audience loves you.
Oh, thank you.
Loves you. Our
Good.
trainer loves you.
Who's your trainer?
Stan.
Stan the man.
Stan, he's Ukrainian guy. He's Andy Cohen's trainer.
Oh,
He's-
okay.
He's a thing, and he loves you.
Well, I appreciate you guys having
Yeah.
me. And I just wanted to tell you off the top, Modi, your comedy, and I'm being sincere, and I'm not kissing your ass just to be here. I really, and my wife and I have been talking about it too. Your comedy has gone from good, really good, wherever you want to call it, to extra special.
Oh, wow.
Sincerely.
Thank
I
you.
really mean that. And I respect it. And I just you should be really proud. And I don't know if you're aware of it, but as somebody who just watches you, you know, from a comedic stance, just went from wherever it was to another level. So keep doing your shit.
Thank
Stuff.
you very much.
Can I say
It's
shit?
been great.
Of course
It's
I
a
can
great
say shit.
episode. And we're done with
That's
we
it,
can,
guys.
we can,
Cut.
that is all. We got our clip.
Quick,
Let's go home.
quick.
We got our clip.
That's our
clip.
wrap.
That's our
That's a wrap.
We'll call
All
this
we're
the
doing
mic.
is for is the clips anyway,
No,
right?
no one's watching. No one's listening to these things. They're just watching
No,
clips.
people are listening.
that's
No,
not true.
I'm
No,
kidding,
they
I'm
listen,
kidding.
they
But
listen.
you've been lately.
I've
when
been
we
getting
do
clocked.
No, but when we do meet and greets and they go, oh, we love the podcast, and he goes, the podcast or the clips or the podcast. You were a little.
Nah, the podcast people listen to the podcast, and I think audiences
They like it.
Yeah, they like.
I want to tell you when I fell in love with you. I fell in love with you. We were having Shabbat dinner at Kim Kushner's house.
Kim Kushner, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
She has
Been-
her own
been on the
episode. Scroll
show.
back.
And her friend is a dermatologist. She has a friend who's a dermatologist.
Dr. Amy.
Dr. Amy, one of the top dermatologists and of course didn't take much for us to all be in the Botox conversation, and we were like deep in it and how and where we should fill her. And
Yeah,
she's
the
like,
poor thing,
I
it's
do
all
it
she
to my
probably gets
kids.
asked.
I do to that. I love that. And Mike goes, no, I think I make too much money with my face looking the way it looks. I can't stop.
I'm afraid of that muscle.
Yeah, no, when
But-
you
but
get
the-
angry, that thing kicks in.
Yeah, I'm afraid if when I'm ranting,
Yes.
then what will happen if I but you know, at some point, you know, I guess I mean, I was watching the Academy Awards and I was like, yo,
What are we ranting about?
What was
About
that?
the
no,
ca-
there was
about-
just top to bottom, but there was I was tripping off of your favorite actor's never going to lose their hair. Number one.
Right.
That's just if you're worried about they're not losing their hair.
Right.
But just some of the and I tend to stay away from ranting about specifically actors and actresses because I consider them my peers.
Right.
But the weight loss and the face movement, I was like, man, some of these people, like, yo, just you don't have to look. Some of them looked
Yeah.
crazy. What is
Yeah.
that medicine they're on now?
Ozempic.
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 Yeah.
They got that Ozempic face. It's
Yeah,
like
man.
skeletal.
Wild looking. And you know, I get the vanity. We all get the vanity. You know, these cameras they're
I
a
gotcha,
motherfucker. Like, which
100%.
is my camera? Which is that one there?
Yeah.
That's a camera's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I mean, at a certain point, like when you get to a certain age, you gotta like. I just think I understand the vanity of it. I truly do. But I just feel like
I'm not on camera and I'm ready to do all of
look
those
at your
things.
skin though.
No,
fantastic.
Do you know how much stuff we have in the house? Have you he's had
Oils.
this face lasered off?
Ointments, creams.
Not easy.
But no, but
Not
the,
easy.
for the under the eye and then under the lid
Yes.
of the eye and then above the eye in the corner, there's every little cream.
Is it snake oil though? Are we getting
No.
jerked
No.
around here?
You gotta be
If you
putting
find the
something on.
good
You gotta
stuff.
be putting something on.
I don't know, you guys. Like,
Some of
at
that's-
the end of the day, you know,
Do you moisturize?
Look at me. Let me.
I mean,
Come on, Leo.
So, what's it does work. You got to put love into the skin.
You have to put love into the skin, but I think, like I said, I get the vanity. I'm vain, but I feel like some of these people, and I get the Oscars, the entire world is watching. I get that
Yeah.
too. But come on, man, you gotta just
Lady
be
Gaga
easy.
looked a little like
You gotta
someone
be
give her
easy
a
on yourself,
cheeseburger.
man. You like.
But it's also like we're not going to look like what we looked like when we were 25.
Some of them do. Some of them froze in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of them are frozen in time.
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore looks
I don't know if you've
amazing.
seen Demi Moore. I follow her on Instagram. She looks like she's 22
Yeah.
years old. Hair, nothing's gray. Everything's beautiful and natural looking. But we had shows in LA. We had the Chosen Comedy Festival, which you are welcome.
I got it. I gotta come.
Whenever you
Yeah.
want.
I gotta come. I gotta
It
come.
will. It's you. It is
Yeah, I
you.
would love to come.
And we go to Soho, West Hollywood Equinox.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Pixar characters. They're all like,
Yeah.
It's almost a caricature of what you think LA is.
Yeah.
The faces, the blown out,
It's not cute.
the breasts.
It's I don't like it for people. I don't like it for anybody. There's got to be a there's got to be a cutoff point where you let yourself have some grace and some Madonna.
Yes.
I never would have thought they would have gotten the best of Madonna. Madonna was the OG yoga,
is.
vegan green juice person in her day. She was and everybody loves Madonna. And it's like, yo, you're gonna get older. You're still Madonna.
Right.
You don't have, and I'm not saying don't do something. Do something. But there's got to be someone going like, we got to pull it back. And the doctors have to go, you look good, man. You look good. Like she's going, it's making Madonna. I mean, this is Madonna. It's making her, it's making like her hard body fans go, yo, you've gone too
you
far.
look a little crazy.
As we're trying to build our gay audience, we can't have them ripping on Madonna right now.
No, they know.
They know.
They know because a friend of mine who is gay as the day. I mean, he pisses like a rainbow comes out of him. My friend Isaac.
Okay.
Even he's like, come on, you got to take it easy. Everybody loves Madonna.
Leo has an expression. There's nobody in their life saying no to them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
There's
right.
nobody in their life saying no. When you see somebody doing a really bad movie, or no one in their life is saying no, you shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
That's actually the scariest part of this industry to me, is that you think of these people who are like a Madonna or like, I don't know, just who are at the top of their game. Like there's no one better than them. And I think get to a certain point where you're surrounded by people who are afraid to tell you no.
That's right.
And
that's
that's
what
when you
happened
start
to
to
Michael
lose
Jackson. That's how
Michael Jackson. Which, by the way, one of my favorite lines in a special recently is Chelsea Handler saying, if Michael Jackson's doctor was still a doctor, he would be her doctor.
Yeah.
That's like the best line. Because
you can't
I
sleep
used
at
to
night.
say that. I'd be like,
Yeah.
where's I want the Michael Jackson
Yes.
treatment every night. Just
Do you sleep at night?
I have been sleeping well. I do sleep. I do sleep. I mean, not all the time, but I sleep. Me and my wife, actually, I didn't wear it today, but I wear it when I sleep.
those mood ring things.
The aura rings, the sleep rings.
Tracks you.
Yeah, because we need more things to track us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me
I
the
can't just have the
biometrics.
watch. I can't just have my Apple Watch. I got the.
Does that thing work?
It tracks your sleep very well. I mean, I know when I sleep, it tells you the specifics. But to answer your question, I do sleep well. But I've been taking these, and I'm very, very sensitive to these things. But I've been taking these CBD gummies,
Ooh, tell me more.
and they're just CBD, and
Yeah.
like sometimes, and they work nicely, and not too much, not just one boom helps me sleep, deep sleep. And I'm phlegmy, so sometimes I cough in my sleep.
Right. No.
The CBD.
You really should be on the Chosen Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
Of course,
He is. He's wearing two. Those of you, I don't know if the camera's hitting it.
Blinged out,
there's-
not just
he's
Jewish
blinged
stars.
out.
Well, I knew
with-
where I was coming, Modi, but I mean, I had, but yeah, but yes, I'm blinged out. I'm phlegmy. Very phlegmy.
Yes.
Open that up a little bit.
I'm
so
very
we can
phlegmy,
see them.
Modi.
Are you really?
Very phlegmy. Is
I'm
amazing.
phlegmy.
That's the title of this episode.
I'm phlegmy.
Who isn't? Who isn't?
No, you're
Everyone's
not.
a little
I-
phlegmy.
I've
Every morning you wake up, it's like.
yeah, the pee. No, but
Jewish.
All day. I mean, yeah.
it's okay. So something else about you that I watch and I love, and it's not just me kissing your ass. So, in Kabbalah, in Kabbalah, they talk about one of the worst things in the world is anger. Is anger, being angry, being anger and jealousy are very
Yeah.
bad addictions.
Yes.
And the fact that you spin it to funny is that's Mashiach energy. It's Mashiach energy. When you're coming for like the Lashon Hara, you're coming gossip. This one did that, and she's then feeding. But you spin it at the end, and that's why you're lovable. It's why when you see him, you just until I find my light, until he's happy with what's happening, and like you are just like walking down the street, the bagel, the garbage truck smashing.
Yeah, but people like that.
Who the hell does she think she is? And oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
The way you just spin the anger into funny.
The when Instagram is a good it's like a therapy for me to to just kind of. But yeah, I know.
Half the times I love you. We don't follow any sports. So when you start coming for these basketball
You're
players,
like-
I go, oh,
like talking Chinese.
yeah, you might as well be this. Then he the foul shot, and then he said my mom is this and that. I'm like, I just like that. It's just an energy. It's like it wakes you up a little bit to watch your clips.
Yeah.
But it's also, I feel like Michael does something that in the world that we live in today,
Yeah.
most people are scared to do.
Yeah.
It's like, and I grew up in Queens too. So
Which
like,
is what?
What does that mean?
it's like he's got this
It means
like,
so. Yeah.
it mean-
Tell him what it means.
it means like there's like this like tough fucking no bullshit. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat this for
Yeah.
you.
It's very New York.
It's very
Right.
New
And
York.
people sometimes misinterpret it as anger. Although I mean you're right, Modi. I mean, and I appreciate that because when I'm ranting into the phone, no matter what, 99.9% of the time I will poke fun at myself at some point in there, even if it's because it's like I know, number one, if you're going to talk shit, you got to be able to take it, even if it's a serious thing. But there's been times when it's been the anti-Semitic things where I won't poke fun at myself and I'm just like, bleh. But I mean, I think that. I mean, you know, all the stuff that's going on, that's gone on in the last few years, and, you know, whether it's sports, whether it's pop culture, but more the serious stuff, especially as a Jew, you know, and a Jew in Hollywood, you know, which is funny because I realized I've been cast as a Jew once in all my years.
Wow.
One time. And I just lost another part. It was a job that I wanted where they were like, he's not, doesn't seem Jewish. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you, we're not all short with hunchbacks.
100%.
We all do have phlegm. That's a fact. We've established that.
Yeah.
But you know, you know, for me as an actor and a representative of the Jewish community and as the stereotypes that get put out again, specifically of Jewish men in Hollywood, I don't like them.
Yeah.
And I'm not a tough guy.
There's something called Jewish face now. There's another thing.
Yeah, someone asked you on a podcast recently. You did someone else's
Sarah
podcast.
Silverman's been carrying on about this thing called Jewish face, where
Jewface.
Jewface, where they bring in actors that aren't Jewish to play Jews.
It's true. The great Steven Spielberg, the Fablemans. He had his parents played by Michelle Williams, great actress.
Yes.
Paul Dano, great actor.
Not
Jews.
Jews.
I mean, this is Spielberg.
But listen, I'll tell you one of the craziest things I ever saw with that was I saw Fiddler on the Roof in Yiddish. They had it in downtown, in a theater downtown. Fiddler on the Roof sung in Yiddish, and they had subtitles because no one really. And they, at first when they casted it, they thought we'd bring people who speak Yiddish and teach them how to act. And realized you can't. You can't.
Right.
So it was easier to teach actors how to speak Yiddish.
Right.
And that was, and you're watching there, and no one was Jewish.
Right.
So for the Fablemans though, like I didn't watch that movie, but was there anything that they did in the movie that you thought these two people who are actors who are not Jewish shouldn't be doing or portraying this scene or act or?
No, but
because if you're gonna have people like in synagogue or doing something like I don't know, lighting candle, I don't know.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that there's been this in the last few years. Like there was a film that what's her name? The great actress who's Jewish, beautiful, Scarlett Johansson. She was gonna play.
Scarlett Johansson's Jewish?
Yeah, she's Jewish.
Yeah. Wow.
Ding, that's a point.
Wow.
She was gonna play. Yeah, that's a good Jew. That's a fantastic Jew, Scarlett Johansson.
We'll take it.
Yeah, right. But she was gonna play. Let me make sure I articulate this right. She was going to play a transsexual woman who was a robber, like a criminal who changed to a man. And there was so much backlash because they were like, why isn't a real trans person playing the character? And to the point where she pulled out of the movie. And I was like,
whoa,
this film's never going to get done because it takes a star to get a movie made anyway.
100%.
And and then there's been this, well, why isn't this person playing this? And I'm like, this is, first of all, it's all acting. Like you can't have a real gangster play Tony Soprano because,
Yeah.
and you can't have like a real boxer play, Rocky Balboa. It just doesn't work that way. But as far as, so there's been backlash about it for all different sexualities, races, ethnicities, except for Jewish. So when Sarah Silverman's saying it, and then Spielberg, the Jew of all Jews, the king of Jews, cast two non-Jews to play his parents, it just kind of was like, to me.
I don't think I have a point. If it's the best actor for the role.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But the point is that as far as stereotypes, as far as Jews, like I feel like it's important to speak out because when the anti-Semitism comes out, a lot of us, especially in Hollywood, we back away from everything.
Right.
But a lot of actors, I'm not going to name names, they'll neurotic it up and they'll Jew it up but then you don't say anything when the shit hits the fan. And I'm like, I'm gonna say something.
Right. You saw because you live in a part of Manhattan that the show was well, I don't have to hide. People know where you live.
Yeah, everybody knows where I live.
Yeah, there was a show called Fleischman's in Trouble.
Yes.
It's a story that takes place it's about Jews that live in a certain area in New York. That's it. That's the whole show.
Yes.
Jews that live in this area. That's the whole show. And he was just doing Woody Allen.
Yes.
He was just
Yes.
He was doing all of that.
We're always like that.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
And I don't like that.
Yeah,
But we shouldn't be.
That's what I'm.
Because it's not the Jews anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not. Jews are not. We are not Jackie Mason anymore with the hello, how are you? And with these, we are. First of all, we have an ambulance service that we have a network in the world called Chabad. We have a country and a defense force. It's not this weakling of a Jew.
I agree.
Powerful people.
I agree.
And that's what it should be portrayed as.
I agree. I agree. So,
That's what I'm saying though. Like when I'm saying like to me, having grown up again in Queens, like there's something about you that's so Jewish and so New York that's why.
But not squeamish. But
but that's what I'm saying.
This is how it should be done. Let's do it this way.
Yeah.
There's like there is like a tough guy thing to it. It's Andrew Dice Clay too has that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I mean, I don't like that stereotype. I hate that stereotype. And as far as the Jewish of it all, I wasn't raised particularly religious.
Right.
But one thing that my father, and he didn't instill it to me all the time, but my father never liked, that stereotype. He never liked it. And I remember saying it once, and that was enough. And it just like some things resonated. And I was like, as far as being an actor, like I was never going to let myself just be like that,
Squeamishy.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the stereotype of it. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Horrible. Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
horrible, especially, the Jews are not the Jews of 1935. It's a different ball game.
Yeah.
And besides your clips that are so good, you're on the road. How is the comedy going?
Comedy's going good. I like being on the road. I'm on tour now. I've been in, all over the place, and I'm continuing to go for the next few months. I love it. I can't stand hotel rooms.
You have to work on that. You have to make sure you're in the right hotel.
It's tough.
We have travel coming up next week. At least we have nice hotel rooms.
Where are you
for most
going?
Of it. Montreal, Toronto.
There's got to be good.
No, we're staying at the
St. Regis and St. Regis and the Four Seasons.
Yeah,
Which one we doing?
we're doing it nice.
Yeah,
You gotta do it.
Like
It makes it a
hotel rooms?
vacation too.
Yes.
Why don't you like hotel rooms?
Because now I'm starting to look at Airbnbs. I was in a hotel. It was not even a bad hotel. It was nice, but I was laying in the bed and I could feel the indentation
Oh yeah.
of God only knows how many people that caused, and I was disgusted.
Well, I'll gross you out even more. It has a name. Kingsridge.
Ugh.
On a
Kingsridge.
king size bed, there's that lump in the middle between the
That's
two
like-
bodies.
It's so gross.
But I was like, and I was like, this, and that
Yeah.
was the amount of people
The
that have
thought.
caused this lump.
Yes,
Yeah, the
yes,
thought.
Yes.
But so anyway, and I don't like, back to the phlegm of it all. I don't like the hotel rooms where the windows will not open.
Oh.
Because some windows some hotel rooms they not even they
Most of
won't.
them.
Most of them.
Yeah,
don't.
I don't remember the
didn't
last
even
4
time.
inches
that.
though, could just a little
Some
crack.
ventilation.
But they want so that the what is it, Kings Ridge, the Kings
Yeah.
Ridge.
Kingsridge and that. Oh wow, that's just.
It's funny
Yeah.
that you say that because I'm an Airbnb person and now I'm like going back to team hotel.
Why?
It's
Have you gotten
just like,
screwed in the Airbnb?
no, we've
no,
actually had very good luck in the
Nailed it.
Airbnbs.
He has a gift.
I'm good at picking them, but like you just miss it. Like you're like, oh, I have to do laundry right now. Like what?
Right.
Like, someone bring me a towel.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you're in
I'm
the
just a
rooms though, for
brat.
like 2 or 3 days for like on the road, it's
Those it's a hotel. Yeah.
It depends. And I'm now Mr. Airbnb.
Are you
I can
traveling
help
alone
you.
when you travel.
Sometimes alone, sometimes with my wife, sometimes I got my guy who comes to me, my friend comes to me. But
It
it's
makes a big difference. It makes.
definitely makes it because when you're in Indianapolis,
Yeah.
it's this you're just there for 3 days in the winter.
Right.
This is a lonely place, Indianapolis.
Do people send you messages? Oh, you should come. You're gonna be XYZ. You should come to us for Shabbos. Do people send you those
Oh,
messages?
yeah.
You must get them
Yeah,
out the
we got it
ears.
going.
I'll say
Isn't that the craziest thing
come
to
to the
send
show.
to
I'll say hello. I'm not. I don't like people that I know.
No,
alone
exactly.
strangers.
Right.
You don't want me coming to your shop. You think you do. You think you want me coming to shops. You think, it's going to be this way. But trust me, you do not want me coming.
You were a surprise factor whenever
We met you at a Shabbos.
We
Yes,
met you at
that was
Shabbos.
yes.
Kim has an amazing rule. Kim Kushner has an amazing rule. She says, never ask who the guests are when you're invited to Shabbat dinner.
Never ask who else is coming.
Never ask who else
Yeah.
is coming. But you were a surprise, and you can see. First of all, we surprised Kim because we got there. Kim didn't know. I mean, the Variety article didn't come out yet, and it wasn't like out and all that. Out in the world, that
Yes,
she
yes,
didn't
yes.
know. She was an Instagram fan.
Yes.
We just knew from Instagram, and she
Yes.
invited, and she came to shows, and then she said, "I'm inviting you," and she goes, "Will you be coming with Stacy?" Which was this character of this
Yes.
Israeli character I do. It's his wife that doesn't
Yes.
exist, and I go, "I'll be coming +1."
Yes.
And then the elevator opens and I walk out. This is Leo, my
Yes,
husband.
yes.
So that was A. And all of a sudden the door opens and Michael Rapaport
Yeah,
walks in.
you beat us.
And you could see you were like immediately assessing. You were like did you ever see like when a Rottweiler walks into a room to sniff what freak show is gonna set me off in here? That was your look. And then like here's whatever you brought them, and it was such a nice night.
It was so much. And the food. Yeah, it was.
I mean, next level. It
Yeah.
was Kim Kushner.
Yeah. The food is. They don't play games with the food over there.
Yeah. Hold on, but so and this is a question I prepare. I used to go on the road, and I'm not comparing you to Stuttering John. But
Yes.
Stuttering John was on the Howard Stern show and stuttered, and when he used to put these tours together, and he would sell out the tours. Me, Nick DiPaolo, Jim Florentine used to come on. A bunch of comics. It was for 2 years we did it. And when he walked on stage, all they wanted to do was hear him stutter. When you walk on stage, you're known now for the rant.
Yeah.
Is that all they want?
I'm trying to figure that out. When I'm on stage doing stand up, it's such an eclectic group of people, and it really is. And I think that people.
Which is good.
It's good, but I sometimes I'm like, I feel like at times I want to give everybody, especially on the road, I want to give everybody what they assume
Right.
they're getting, but also stick to what I want to do.
Yes.
Because some people they want the rants, and then some people, I did a show called Atypical where I played this father, this very sweet father, and I'm like, that's definitely not what you're getting. You're not getting the sweet fathers. That guy,
Bob Saget, like the Bob Saget effect.
that's not going to happen
Yeah.
here. But I am sweet. Like
Right.
in between, like when I'm like drinking like my water, so I try to figure that out, and then sometimes if the shows are really good, like people will start like it's almost like they'll do requests like scream about this or scream about
that's
that.
what I'm asking.
Yeah, so I try to because I'm so humbled that people come to see you at a live show
Same.
because there's so many things you could be doing.
Yeah.
And
There's Netflix.
How about my
there's-
couch? I could be doing that.
and you could be scrolling. You could do 3 hours on the phone. I mean, we could be
Oh, easily.
swiping and TikToking and so when they come, I want to give you a show.
of course.
But I
So
also
they are yelling out topics. They want you
yeah.
to scream.
What's
out.
their favorite thing to yell? What do they want to
no,
hear
it's
you talk
all
about?
over.
Depends
It could
what-
be sports.
everything,
It could be
yeah.
housewives. It could be politics.
Right.
It could be Friends. You were on Friends. I'm like I was on Friends. Like they were all like I'm not gonna
Right.
I don't have a rant about Jennifer Aniston. She's cool.
Right.
So, but it's just because sometimes I want to like ask them, like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? Like, why are you here?
Yeah.
So it's, and then, you have your act, that you want to do
your
and
act,
you want to
yes.
try stuff. And so but
What's your favorite thing to rant about right now? That's
what's your
not
front rant?
anti-Semitism.
No, but it's a daily thing probably. It's,
Yeah,
I don't
what's
know.
right now simmering in your brain over there?
the Oscars are still in there.
Uh-huh.
The Housewives.
Okay.
Are you guys
one?
Housewives people?
No, can't say
are you
that
reality TV people?
I am. No.
You are doing yourself a disservice.
We love RuPaul's
We
Drag
love
Race.
RuPaul's Drag.
Are you a Bravo person? Wow.
But I'll become one for you.
You are a Bravoholic. I
are a
do. Yeah,
Bravoholic.
you are a Bravoholic.
You
Do you have a
guys are-
panel at BravoCon
Go
yet?
ahead. I want to hear this.
No, I was at BravoCon last year, Leo, and let me tell you something.
Of course you were.
Let me tell you something. I've been at NBA All-Star games,
Yes.
and the only thing I could compare it to is an NBA All-Star game.
Really?
Because seeing Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dr. J in real life, to me, it's just as exciting as running into Lisa Rinna, Nene Leakes, and Erica Jane in real life.
Wow.
I mean, I was elated at BravoCon.
Wow.
Out of my mind at BravoCon. So much that I went there on a Saturday with my wife and I said, babe, I'm telling you. She's like, I don't want to go. I said, because I had to go back for something like a panel or something. I said, because we watch it together. It's like probably our biggest bonding thing. I said, you need to go and you need to see these women. And not only do you need to see them, you need to tell them how much joy they have given us.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
They because they give us joy. And you guys,
What's your favorite city? What's your favorite
Yeah,
franchise?
that's what I was going to
can't-
ask. Wait,
no, that's like picking a son. That's Sophie's choice. So right now we have Jersey going, and right now we're about to start. So Jersey's going. Potomac just stopped. We're about to start the Real Housewives of Orange County. So it's really what season's playing right now. So right now it's New Jersey, Orange County, and Vanderpump Rules. And all I'm saying to you guys is this. You guys could say, no, I don't watch Bravo. No,
No, I'm okay.
you're only hurting yourself.
Okay.
You're the one who you don't have to appease me. I'm saying you're the one who's missing
We feel
out.
the same way about RuPaul's Drag Race.
That's a good show, too.
We watch that show.
My wife
religiously.
watches it more. I can only between
understand.
I can only watch, but because I do have my sports, and then I try to watch other
Yeah,
real
this is some
TV.
breadth
No,
of,
you need. Yeah,
yeah.
You need to breathe.
there's limited time.
There's only so much time you can.
Yeah.
There's only so much time in the day, and it's like you get to a point where but it's screwed up my brain.
No, the Housewives are such a crazy pop cultural phenomenon, and I respect it and I get it. But I don't watch the show like you do. But I did go to one time Andy Cohen had a book event at a theater uptown, and it had nothing to do with the Housewives. It was like a coffee table book of quotes or something that he had made.
He thought it was going to be like a total.
Yeah, it was hosted by Michelle Collins. That's why I went.
Oh, that's what
because
Michelle said.
I love Michelle Collins, and I was like, I'm gonna go to this thing. You were out of town. I was like alone in the city on a rarity. I went to this event, and I went in, just raw, not knowing anything about the Housewives. They talk about the book for a second. At the end, they do this Q&A.
They didn't want anything to do with the book.
They had nothing to do with the book. They didn't want to care about it. They didn't care about that. They were like, on episode 3, season 1 of this, and this. When this happened, did that really happen?
He's like, I'm here to promote my book. They're
No,
like,
he hopped right into it. He's like, all right, let's do this.
he knows. I can't imagine being Andy Cohen and walking around the streets because Bravo fans and Real House,
They're rapid.
a different thing.
Right.
Foaming at the
will
mouth.
say I don't follow the Housewives, and I wouldn't recognize any of them if I saw them. But
Oh no, I've seen him. Yeah, I know.
I was at the Points guy. You know the Points guy?
Yeah.
Brian Kelly,
Brian Kelly, the Points guy.
like the credit card points.
Yes.
So he's a friend, and I went to his event this year. He had an event that was like open to the public, not just to the people who work for the company and the card people. It was open to the public, and the Housewives were there, and I didn't know him from Adam. And one of them walks over. You're the Jewish comedian that people keep sending me videos of.
And you're looking at like
I
this
was
is
like, yeah. And my friend goes, "That's the housewife." I go, "Hey, I don't know what was her name."
I forget.
you shame on you, Leo.
I'm sorry.
Shame, shame.
know.
They were supposed to come to my
Yeah.
Christmas show, and then she canceled because of last minute something. But they had tickets. They were it was so
Joy.
I'm open. I'm
Joy.
open.
Joy, pure,
But
pure, unadulterated. The only thing I could compare it to, honestly, is sports. For me,
Really?
it's the same thing.
It's emotional sports.
Same thing.
It's
like
warfare. I've watched enough
It's
of
emotional
those.
sports. You're not giving that credit. It's emotional sports.
It is.
I
Isn't
love
it not?
it.
The
Oh,
women,
God, I
and
love it.
The performance art of it all.
That's what people don't get.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're working to a camera.
They know
and
they
know what they're
do
doing.
know what they're doing, and then they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
That's the crazy.
That's the thing, because they do know what they're doing, and then there's a little piece where they don't.
Well, because it's edited like crazy. I spent a not insignificant amount of time with Ziggy Flicker pre-Trump from the Jersey Housewives. You know who I'm talking about.
Duh.
Yeah.
You said Ziggy Flicker. He's looking at it. He doesn't know.
Ziggy Flicker.
His-
I had an
his eyes
accountant
flickered.
named Ziggy Flicker.
Ziggy.
Second accountant joke.
This
Okay.
is pre-Trump though. This
Yes,
was pre-Trump.
I know exactly what you're saying, and and I got you.
She's Israeli.
Okay.
Her father is a Holocaust professor. He's like a Holocaust scholar.
Okay.
And I went to Jersey and hung out with her for 2 days. I was writing something, whatever. And
About her or the
yeah,
father?
about her. I was
On the Housewives?
No, just about her. I was doing an interview with her. Look at how excited he's
No,
getting.
but okay, go ahead. I don't want to derail you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, BravoCon. No, it was.
It's a Super Bowl for you.
Are they so excited that they have you as
Yeah,
like their
you're a
biggest
good ally
fan?
to
They
have.
must be so thrilled that you are a fan.
Yeah.
They're thrilled, and I'm thrilled. And the thrill is like
The two. You scratch my back.
we're scratching but I think that I'm the most thrilled.
Really.
And me and my wife were out of our mind. We were out of our
This
mind.
is so great.
This
to
is
hear.
so- I
we
can't.
left BravoCon, and we were like on cloud nine, and it was the fall, so it was a beautiful day. We walked to have breakfast, and then at breakfast, she had nothing to do with BravoCon. We run into Carol Radswell, who's also a former Real Housewife of New York. We were like, you could just shoot me and kill me today because nothing's going to get better. Life is not going to get better than that because we had all of them at the BravoCon, and then we went to like a brunch, and all we did was talk about BravoCon, and then boom, there's Carol Radswell from Real Housewives of New York. And some of your fans are going, who the hell is that? And some of your fans,
They know. They know. They know.
They're tickling just like I am.
Yep. They
So-
know. They know.
What about the ladies of London? Was that good for you too?
Again, I can only have so much time. I know who they are. I watch it peripherally, because I do have to watch my games. Like I do love my sports, and
Right.
you know, sometimes my wife will be like, "I'm gonna watch that." I'm like, "All right, I gotta watch Steph Curry." You know what I mean? So
I can't.
Balance.
I can't imagine watching something without you. We watch everything together. We're very particular. First of all, we watch TV before we go to sleep, so it can't be like a fouda. It
Right.
has to be And I don't think we can crazy women screaming at each other.
Oh,
Can we do that?
It'll
and then go to
relax you.
sleep?
You'll clap at the damn TV. I'm telling you right now.
Really? Okay, we gotta do it. We
watch high-end TV. We watch Fleischman's, who that was incredible.
Yeah.
We
Cordain.
watched the
Wow.
show. It was awesome.
So good.
What? Fleischman? Yeah.
It was awesome.
I didn't see that. I should.
should
It's a
watch it.
great show.
The fact that it's so specific to one place in the world, but yet the whole world now has like a window into that little world.
100%.
So great.
It was just the writing, and I related to it on so many levels, and the relationship and the fractured relationship and getting older and, kids and raising kids and the dysfunction. It was just very, very, very well done. As far as a regular television show, I was like, this is really good. But nothing will make me applaud the TV like the damn Real Housewives. Wow. Nothing. We will applause break.
How many kids do you have?
2. They're older, 21 and 23.
Are they also fans of the Housewives?
If they were, then I'd be doing something wrong.
Okay.
21 and 23-year-old kids should not know about the house. I mean, they should.
Why? They do.
So great.
Listen. You're better off not knowing about them. My kids were like, they know that I watch it,
Yeah.
and they used to, because we've been watching it for years. They used to be like, "What do you watch?"
They're like, Dad.
They're judging me.
So 21.
And 23 boys.
23, okay.
So they, if they were watching the Real Housewives of Orange
Right.
County,
So, but what are they going through right now? What's it like being 23? Like that makes you want to go on a rant?
what's it like having? What is it?
Both. Like, what's your perspective of like being 23 right now?
It's
as a parent or putting yourself in there.
different. It's a different world, man.
Did they just tell you some shit that you're like, what?
I think the biggest impact that I could say is the phone.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's heroin.
The way they relate to each other, the way they speak to each other, the way they, that social media dating app, the whole thing. The phone is something. If you didn't grow up with it, forget going to the movies, or forget cars or anything like this. This is a different way that they grew up. These phones, the way they communicate with each other,
Yeah.
the whole thing is a different.
Or don't communicate with each other.
They don't pick up. They're like picking up people on the street. This is what we did.
Right.
We grew up, and you roll
Give
your
your number.
Give me your number.
Give me your number on a napkin. Hopefully you get home. You're not that trash that number still is in your pocket.
Hopefully
You're
it's a
not
real
missing
number.
one. Yeah, you're not
Hopefully it's a real
missing one
number.
number.
Oh my God.
One
Hopefully
number's
it's a real
off.
number.
They give you fake number. I
Oh,
mean,
the fake number to make somebody want to disappear. The fake number.
they don't know. They don't even know their own phone numbers.
They don't even know. It's so true.
So that would be the one thing that I'd say is impacted the youth. And my kids, they're 21 to 23. I can't remember when phones became a thing. They didn't even have it their whole, I think it was like 8 or 10.
That's what I was going to ask you. I have a kid. He's 9, and he's begging me for a phone. And I'm like, no way.
Hold off as long as
Get
you
him
can.
a beeper.
But I
don't
want to
know.
tell you, at some point he's going to get the phone, and it'll suck him in just like it sucked us. I mean, you guys are on your phone.
Yeah.
Not
I
as
hate
mu-
it.
I'm not. I am not.
I hate it.
but
I'm so
he's-
ready to get a flip phone.
He goes into rabbit holes, and he's watching, and he knows things. There's nothing that anybody can speak to, and he doesn't know something about it. Leo, and it keeps. First of all, when he's reading about something, he goes, "Here's something you should know about."
Right.
Happening in the world, and that's like what I would never have known.
That's the good part,
Yeah.
and that's the rest is not good.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's for information and so, but I just can't even imagine like school and looking up and homework and how are they going to?
the chat robots that can write your papers for you?
Oh my God!
It's
When my
insane.
friends tell me that they're getting emails from a teacher, my mind just blows. My mother would never. What? You're calling me? He's your problem during the day, not mine.
What are you bothering me for?
so insane.
They text you.
I think one of the big. If we're on this topic, what I can't believe is the people now diagnose ADHD and dyslexia and all that. What they weren't doing when I was in school. And no one understands what it's like sitting in a classroom when you have all that. Now they're okay. Jimmy Horowitz has it, so we know how to deal with it. He's taking medications and all that stuff. I didn't. I can only describe. I was thinking about it the other day. describe being in a classroom when you have this ADHD. You know what it's like? It's like you're in a comedy club with your friends and the comic's bombing and all you want to do is leave. And to have ADHD and dyslexia,
Right.
it's not only the comics bombing and you want to leave, your friends are having a good time. There's no way you can leave.
They think he's
They know how to spell.
Yeah.
They know how to
That's a good analogy.
XYZ. They know, and I don't know that. So when they're
You're not able-
nailing that answer,
That's a good
and
analogy.
it's the same answer she or he's coming
they're
up
getting
with,
all the jokes.
I'm not getting any of the jokes. That's dyslexia and ADHD in a classroom.
And not only are you getting any of the jokes, you're starting to resent the
I
comedian.
hate this comic. I hate this teacher.
Yeah, that's a good
hate being
analogy.
in here.
That's a good analogy.
That came to me stoned on a treadmill, by the way. I was wrecked.
Stone on a treadmill while you were going through your phone.
And I go, no, I
I'm
don't
just
go
playing,
to my
just
phone.
playing.
I don't. I thank God I don't. They listen. We get comments. I told her to put on. We had on the podcast a question whether she should put on tefillin. Right. The things that go viral are the things you never imagine.
Never.
Never.
If you could predict the virality, I'd be a rich man.
We're right.
If I was able to say this will go viral, because sometimes I think this is the best thing ever.
A throwaway video. Leo finds me doing crowd work. I never do crowd work. He's like, please do crowd work. I hate just throwing your material up there. This poor woman's wearing a mask. I said it's a vintage look, 2021, whatever. You nailed it. It was funny. It went on. It's over 1 million views. The fights people are having.
That's
the
crazy.
fights people are having.
Yeah, people must have crazy fights in your comments.
Yours are good.
Oh
nuts.
yeah, there. I'm like, you guys are. This is like 5 days later, 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're like, get a
And
life.
they're writing haftorahs. They're writing full.
You think I'm reading this?
I can't read it?
I'm not reading. I'm like, I'm like, you think that I'm reading your whole? Like, if you spend as much time in your life,
reading that stuff.
I mean,
you'd have no time for the housewives.
Exactly.
and who writes? I mean, what do you write? This is like a dissertation. Like, were we in court?
Mine goes. So the question was, can women put on tefillin or not? People were giving me from the Talmud quotes from Shulchan Aruch, the book of laws. They were sending this parsha, this Rabbi Rashi's daughters used to put on. People were sending me Gemaras.
Oh, I'm sure that probably worldwide too, right?
I've gotten so much hate mail about
About that?
to fill in.
Have you performed in Israel?
Yeah.
What is comedy like in Israel? I mean, you're able to you translate. So
Yeah. Know your audience. Know your audience. So
You're performing in Israel, but it's in English.
Yeah, I perform in English.
Also, anyone listening,
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that what you were asking?
yeah, but yeah, the whole thing, the whole vibe of it, and like, what is the comedy club in Israel like? Like, what's the whole thing?
So the vibe in Israel, first of all, if I'm performing in Israel, it's been in the past, I've been doing tours for Anglos. That's like
Like expats.
It's the people that like lived in America or UK and like, we need to move to Israel. Let's move to Israel. They move to these communities that only speak English. And like Ranana,
They only speak Yiddish.
English.
Oh, okay.
English. So the show's in English, and they're like people who were Americans that are now living here.
Got
so
you.
I smuggle my material for them. The past time 2 shows I did in Israel were for Israelis that speak English, and that was amazing.
And are you able to like, do you have to, change your act, or is it just? I mean, your act is. I mean, you're able to, because the language, you're able to jump in and out. But just in terms of the references and everything, it everything goes.
They get. This is an English speaking Israeli is smart. They can get the references. They know.
Got you.
Kids in Israel now
Right.
grow up with no accent when they speak English.
Right.
Because they learn their English on YouTube.
Right. And
So-
TikTok.
yeah.
I was with my friend, it's a Cohen. I was with his daughter when she was 16. She's speaking to me as if she's been through school, like she went to.
Yeah. She's like, no, I just watch YouTube.
She just watched YouTube.
Right.
Speaks with no accent.
And what about You're doing Paris?
Yeah. Wow.
You did it already?
No, it's in
No,
October. And
I
anyone
am
listening,
so scared that
those
they
shows are in
don't know.
English, folks.
Those shows are.
They
in
ain't doing
English.
French.
No.
Yeah, if you're buying tickets to that show is in English. I can fake French, but I do not perform in French. This is to the camera. The shows are in English. We sold out.
You sold out.
We sold out 2 shows already, and we're adding a third, which is going to be on our anniversary, 10/10. 1010, which is
Yep.
our anniversary.
That's incredible,
So,
man.
yeah.
So they know it's in English.
I hope-
Hopefully.
I really hope so.
We'll see.
I really hope so.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah, London was amazing, and we're doing Berlin and Frankfurt.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you just do you're in English. You're just doing your thing.
Yes. It's an energy.
Right,
right. I have to tell you, it's
Right,
an energy.
right.
They want to see you go.
Right.
It's
right.
an energy. You
And
put
the
it out
clip
there.
say, right. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's an energy you put out there, and you hit them with that energy. It's your energy. That's what they came for.
I got you.
Yeah.
Also, I did a couple of shows in Tel Aviv when I was there, and it's interesting because I didn't know who this was. You probably do, but he's like the most famous Israeli comedian was on that show, Shachar Chasson, because the biggest Israeli comedians are trying to do in English.
English, yeah.
So they're psyched to come. They have English comedy nights there.
We had two on the Chosen. We had 2 Israeli comics. The one in New York. We had 2 of them.
The 2 Israeli comics that were speaking in
English.
Got you.
English.
Okay.
Very God Al-Malek trying to when he came here and he did his run in English.
Yes.
You know, if you're a French comic, you're an Israeli comic, that's your audience. You need to
Right.
be able to English is English.
Right.
You gotta
Yeah.
You know. And God Emily, by the way, I was gonna reach out to him. Hey, I'm doing a show in Paris, and da-da. He right away saw the ad, hit me up. I can't wait. It's great. He's so sweet.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
So
That's very
That's
nice.
exciting, man.
You've met him. You know him.
I've never met him. I've seen his stuff.
Such a great guy.
That's
Such a
cool.
and so loved. You just see the audience love someone.
Right.
He's so unbelievable.
That's cool, man. That's
Yeah.
exciting. That's cool.
So tell me what's going on. What's your next?
You're
what's
going on
up?
tour.
I'm on tour.
Where can people find
Tickets are available at michaelrapaportcomedy.com. I'm in the country. I'm not in Paris, Berlin, or Israel yet, but I would love to do that. I'm shooting this show with Amy Schumer. We're doing the 2nd season called Life and Beth on Hulu. We're doing that now. The 1st season was cool. And other than that, I'm just staying out of trouble, man. I'm staying out of trouble.
When you on your, is it actor comedian or comedian actor?
Actor, comedian.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's actor first. Actor first. I mean, you know, that's what I've done the longest. That's what I'm most comfortable at. You know, it's, you know, I was working the other day. I was shooting the other day, and it's like I've been on so many movie sets and so many television sets. Like in that atmosphere, I am just comfortable. Like I understand who to talk to, what to do, where to go, what to ask, how to get a cranberry juice, where this is, where that, you know, like, and I'm just, it's just something, you know, acting itself and the sort of mundaneness of acting and the business of acting is like, I've been doing it for so long. You know, when I'm turning 53, you know, and I've been doing it since I'm 20.
Wow.
You know, so I've been doing it longer than I haven't been doing it, like on sets. So I am so comfortable and understand it and understand action and cut and understand, you know, good and bad. And when you're on the, you know, when you have it right, when you don't have it right,
You can feel it.
like I just know it. I understand it. So, you know,
So it's actor comedian.
100%. It can never change. And also, that's my first love. Like I fell in love, deeply in love with acting. And I started out when I was 19. I started doing comedy, and this is 1989.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I started doing comedy, and I wanted to be Eddie Murphy.
Oh wow.
And I thought I'd act the same way comedians acted. You know, like you do a sitcom or you'd
Right.
But when I first started doing comedy, the 5th time I did comedy, Gary Marshall, the director of Pretty Woman and the Flamingo Kid and all those things, he and his partner at the time called me into audition for something. And when I read the sides, the scenes, I was like, this is what I'm going to do. Like, this is what I am going to. It just, as much as I love sports and basketball and as much as I wanted to, and I love doing comedy, as soon as I read the scenes, I was like, it was like I jumped in a pool.
Really?
Like, it was no thinking.
What was the role?
It was like a New York guy.
Okay.
A 19-year-old. It was just a fucking guy. But it just made sense to me. And the process of auditioning, the process of doing it again, the process of your emotions, like all of it just made sense. And then I would just, every time I would do comedy, I would get called in for auditions that had nothing to do with anything. I was 19. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right.
I was 19 years old from New York.
Yeah.
You barely, you figure out comedy, the whole thing. So acting is first. When you say actor, comedian,
I didn't know you did comedy before. I thought you okay, I have a fan base.
No.
Comedy.
I started
Wow.
doing comedy, and then when I was about 23, 24, when I really started having a career as an actor, I just weaned off of doing it, and then about 4 or 5 years ago, I started back doing comedy again, and then with the pandemic, stopped like everybody else. But I love it, and I love the thing that I love about comedy is that, as opposed to when you're on a set working, is that you're the actor, you're the director, you're the wardrobe, you're the lighting, you're the sound. The good and the bad of it is on you.
Yeah.
And obviously the immediacy of the crowd is what I love. But that's one thing. No matter who the actor is, and no matter who the director is, you're always. It could be the editor who's gonna make the final decision. It could be anything. That's one of the things that I love about comedy is just the
Immediate. It's there. It's right there. It's
and also
right there.
the expression. It's such an expression of yourself, an expression of your thoughts and ideas, and it's such a free flowing expression. Whereas acting, it's just a different kind of. You get that expression only between action and cut.
Yeah.
Right.
Action and cut, you're free to do whatever you want, but then they might come and say, all right, the next take, do what I want.
Right.
Whereas you're on stage,
it's you.
It's just you.
It's just you. Yeah.
What did you think of Chris Rock's special?
I thought it was great. I thought it was good. I thought it was very good.
How much comedy do you watch? Other comedians do you
I
watch?
try not to watch too much
Because
I don't want it to affect me and my premises and
I
stuff
understand.
of that sort. I haven't watched Ari Shafir's Jew yet. Because I'm taping a special on the 27th of April.
Fuck yeah!
And so it's been like so I've been trying to.
I got you.
Yeah, but
I can't wait for your special. It's
can't
gonna
wait
be
either.
fucking awesome. 27th
of April. If you're in town, you're welcome to come to the taping.
Where is it?
At the Gramercy.
Oh, I would love to. Me and my wife will love to come.
You have tickets.
Your special is gonna be fucking dope. That's gonna be cool.
Thank you.
That's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's going to be dope. Yeah. But I know what you're saying. You don't want it to interfere with ideas, thoughts.
Jim Norton taught me that. He's like, it's not, don't just sit there and watch what they're doing, and then it creeps into your head.
I know what you mean.
It creeps into your head.
It can fuck with you good, bad, or anyway.
Right.
Just
right.
And your rhythm. It's like like your trumpet, your clarinet, your piano is your piano.
I might watch Alan King. I don't know if you've ever seen Alan King at Carnegie Hall.
I have.
Just because his cadence is so amazing, and that's the cadence I like. And so I might just watch that just for a little, just like a breathing exercise, and then hit the stage.
I got you.
Like
that's cool.
But I do think it's interesting because sometimes even I can see when a comedian has been on the road with another comedian who's like more established. You can see, like, especially at the Comedy Cellar and things like that, I could be like, that intonation or that cadence you picked up. Like, that was someone else.
And the main one is Dave Attell.
Yeah.
When comics go on the road with Dave Attell, they come back, they sound and speak just like Dave Attell.
That's funny.
Off stage and on stage. Oh, you don't want to have a coffee now? Have it later.
Right.
Whatever his, my heroes, one of my heroes.
Yeah.
Comics come back off the road with him, they sound just like him.
He's in the Schumer show.
Of course, yeah, he's a rabbi, right?
Yeah, I mean, the reverence people have for him is a trip.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see. I mean, he's such a nice guy. Like, when he's totally himself, he's
sweet.
such a sweet.
Yeah, he's
the sweetest, kindest, most generous person. Takes care of his mother.
Yeah.
I had about a year and a half spending with him, helping him with his apartment. So I don't know if you know, he bought an apartment in like the gayest building in Chelsea.
Yeah.
And like the gayest building in Chelsea. He bought the apartment. He asked me, come over and just show me where I should put the sofa and the TV. And I walk in, I go, Dave, you need to gut this place. And I got into it, and for a year.
That's funny.
Like,
that should have been a documentary.
That should have been a documentary.
Hilarious.
I knew his attention span in any store. I knew how to.
So you were essentially the decorator.
I was his decorator.
Jesus Christ.
That's a sitcom.
It was the.
Yeah, that
funniest
is
thing.
that is a sick. That's
It was hilarious.
a dark sitcom. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Just to watch Dave turn to some woman at the bed store and say, "Which leather is the least creepy?"
Right.
It was just so funny.
Like the softest material.
Yeah, and everything's. Of course, he's so Jewish, by the way.
Yeah.
Everything's. How would you clean this? How would you clean this?
Right.
How does this get clean? You can't clean that. How do you get that? It's the Jews love the cleanliness stuff. They can't imagine dust. They'll get a lot of dust. They'll get a lot of dust.
That's funny.
Anyway, so what? Any before?
No, I was just going to say, I've only been doing stand-up for like 5 years. And there is something about watching other comics, especially ones that are very different from you, where you really, that's how, part of how you learn so much. And even ones that maybe, aren't that different. But like, I remember Judy Gold told me, like, I was like, Judy, give me something. And she was like, always tell the truth.
I'm surprised she didn't say hate men.
No, but like I remember I did a show with her and there was this guy in the front row who looked like he just crawled out of a cave and nobody would touch it, right? Like nobody said a word and it was like that energy was in the room the entire time.
Somebody had to acknowledge what
She
was
walked on stage and she goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And it was the most interesting part of the whole entire show.
Yeah. There's so many good comics now.
There's so
So many good comics.
Young fucking 22-year-old. I think they grew up with comedy.
Yep, they grew up with it on their phone. We saw a comedy special once every 5 years. HBO would put on,
And you didn't know when it was on, how it was
You
on.
just logged on, and Bill Cosby was killing it in
Right.
the chair, killing
And
it in the chair.
Carlin would be
George
on, and
Carlin, that was it.
you'd see 15 minutes, and then you'd see another 10 minutes another time, and
Yeah,
But
there was
did
no
you go-
guide.
now they have it in their face.
That's why they're so. I mean, 20. I've had some people with me on the road. I'm like, damn, these guys are good.
good.
But I grew up taking the subway into the city to like Boston Comedy Club and the
Yeah.
Cellar. When I was like 15, I was like
Oh, really?
going to watch.
As a fan.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it was amazing.
Yeah, I'm so thankful that you came to do this.
Me too. I'm glad.
I just like, Mashiach energy. You are so amazing. Michael Rapaport,
Michael Rapaport, comedy.com.
comedy.com.
On the road, coming to an Airbnb and hotel and comedy theater near you.
And Instagram. I mean,
Instagram.
It's just so much fun to
Screaming
land
and
on
yelling
you.
on the streets.
Just so good. It's so good.
Thank
You're
you.
a New York treasure.
Thank you.
You
Thank
are
you.
a New York treasure.
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
good.
I appreciate you guys.
ModiLive.com for all the shows that are near you or not near you. You can travel to. Be the friend that brings the friends to the comedy club or the comedy show. Mashiach Energy. Thank you all very much.
Bye.
Bye.